Thank you very much for coming on what is been a very busy news day for all of you. I have just one announcement to make, and then I'll take any questions that you may like to have. And that announcement relates to the National Conference on Global Disarmament. This is a National Outreach Conference on Global Disarmament, which is being organized on the 21st of August at Vigyan Bhavan. This is part of the efforts of the Prime Minister's informal group on global disarmament. As you are perhaps aware, the group was established to promote the objectives of the Rajiv Gandhi Action Plan for a nuclear-free and a non-violent world order, which was laid out in 1988. The External Affairs Minister, Shri S. Krishna, will inaugurate the conference, and there will be a special address by the Vice President, Shri Hamid Ansari. The conference is being organized by the ICWA and is supported by the Ministry of External Affairs. For those of you who are interested in other details of the conference, we are separately having a detailed briefing on it tomorrow, and we will provide you with the details at that time. The conference is on 21st August. Yes, it's a one-day affair, and we will provide you all the details. We have requested Mr. Mani Shankar Iyer, who is the soul behind the efforts at promoting the Rajiv Gandhi disarmament plan, to come and speak to you. So he will be available tomorrow to speak to you on this. I have no further announcements to make, but I will be willing to answer any questions if any of you have any questions. Just a minute. Ladies first, as always. Yes, Parth.
This is with reference to the OIC resolution on Syria, which apparently has references to India as well as Kashmir. So
yes, we have. Yes, you're right. We have noted that there is an erroneous and factually incorrect mention about an integral part of India by the OIC in its communique issued at its 4th Extraordinary Summit held in Makkah on August 14th, 15th, 2012. This is wrong, unacceptable, and we reject it. Yes.
Could you tell something about the visit of Susan Rice and she will be having a meeting with the FS as well as the NSA, and the explain what is the agenda?
Yes, Ms. Rice will be in India primarily on a private visit. But since she is in India, we have taken the opportunity to arrange a few official engagements for her. And those engagements are likely to be on the 22nd of August. We are still working out the broad parameters of those engagements, but these will include meetings with the Foreign Secretary, with the National Security Advisor, and some other senior officials. We will, once we finalize those engagements, provide you with media advisory on that. Apart from that day, she will be with her family members on what is essentially a private visit. Yes, Shinja.
Sir, you would have seen the reports about Sarabjit and his letter. What has the Indian government done in that matter about following up whether the Indian High Commission in Islamabad has done anything, or the NEA from here? And also, can you tell us about bilaterals in Iran?
Let me answer your first question about Mr. Sarabjit Singh. Those of you who have followed this matter are aware of the interest that the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Krishna, takes in this matter. You are also aware that the Government of India has consistently urged the Government of Pakistan to treat this, on several occasions actually, to take a sympathetic and humanitarian view of the entire case of Sri Sarabjit Singh. If I recollect correctly, it was on perhaps 27th of June earlier this year, when the External Affairs Minister himself had renewed his request to the President of Pakistan to release Sri Sarabjit Singh, who had been in custody for well over 2 decades. With that background, certainly this is what you mentioned in terms of the news reports. We have also seen them. Our High Commission in Islamabad stands ready to assist his lawyer should he require these. But at this stage, my understanding is that the lawyer himself has requested the Pakistani authorities. Should he require further assistance on this matter, the High Commission would assist him in terms of consular assistance. If this matter further proceeds, sure, the External Affairs Minister has made several times a commitment to his family that he would raise it when he needs his opposite number, whenever and wherever that is. I hope that answers your question on Sarabjit Singh. As regards the non-aligned summit in Tehran, we are proposing to have a separate broad-based briefing for you early next week, when we will have the entire agenda available, as also a broad understanding of what the bilaterals are. So I would request you to be a little bit patient with us. We hope to provide you a detailed briefing by the Foreign Secretary next week on that. Yes, Rajiv.
Yesterday, Home Secretary announced that the Government of India will consider giving long-term visas to Hindus of Pakistan. So the question is whether any such request has come from the Hindus in Pakistan. What is the latest update in the past 24 hours? And also whether on this issue any direct communication between us and them.
Let me put it this way. When Pakistani nationals apply for visas in Islamabad, they apply in categories which are covered by the India-Pakistan bilateral visa agreement. That agreement is usually provides for categories which are of a short-term nature. And therefore, when they apply and they are considered and we do due diligence and due processes are followed, we follow a thorough procedure in granting them those visas. Now, after they come here, as you mentioned, there have been news reports of some of them perhaps indicating that they would be interested in a longer stay. This is neither unusual for any visitor to India, nor should it be seen in a perspective which is different from previous cases. We have a process available here, and as the Home Secretary has pointed out, that in case somebody wants a visa which is beyond the period for which he or she has applied, there is a process. They would do due diligence in that and then take it up from there. At this stage, my information is that there have not been any requests from those who have recently been granted visas in Pakistan and who have crossed here. But then they have just come to India recently, and there is still time for their present visa status, which is usually for about a month or so. I would leave it at that rather than speculate any further on this. Should there be any other information, we will then be able to respond to that and any questions on that at a later stage of this. Yes, Ms. Venkatnarayan.
One of the papers carried a report this morning suggesting that India wants NAM to get involved in a more elaborate way vis-a-vis Syria, and the report also suggested that we would like President Assad to continue in office. Is that true? Can you tell us something?
I think our position on Syria has been reiterated several times. both at the United Nations when these issues have come up and elsewhere. Our position remains that it is for the Syrians to decide what sort of a government they want, and it's an internal process that is exclusive to them. We in India are not here to pronounce any views on that process, and we would abide by what the Syrian people decide purely as an internal process. So whatever has appeared which is contrary to that is certainly not in consonance with what we have been repeatedly saying everywhere. As regards on the non-aligned discussion on this subject, sure, this is likely to be a major subject because it has gathered traction globally. We will see how this progresses. There is still time for the senior officials meeting of the non-aligned, which will start, my understanding is on the Monday week, which is perhaps 26th, if I'm not mistaken, or 27th Monday, and we will only know at that stage, because there have been several developments since the non-aligned considered this issue last time to 27th of August. And as I said, when we have a briefing on the non-aligned movement, we would be in a better position to explain to you the dynamics of the discussions there in that forum. Yes, sir.
I understand that media would oppose any or any move to expose Syria from the organization in case of.
We don't answer hypothetical questions. I mean, I don't know. I have not seen any proposal of the sort that you are mentioning. These were proposals which were discussed A in the Arab League and B in the OIC. But we have not seen any proposal of the nature that you are saying in the non-aligned movement. And should that come about, we are one player of many there, and we will certainly take a decision at that stage should this hypothetical question come about. With that, I thank you very much, and we will end this discussion. Thank you.